and welcome to From Eels to Estuaries, Virtual Learning with Curb. My name is Elle, and today we'll be talking about storm surges while also creating our own mini storm surge from home. So what exactly is this weather event, and how does it happen? A storm surge is a rise in water level caused mostly by powerful winds that push water onto land. The stronger the winds, the more force pushes the water and the higher the surge. We've seen the impact of a storm surge on the Hudson River many times, especially during Superstorm Sandy in October of 2012. Sandy began as a tropical storm, which formed above the Atlantic Ocean, and it soon became one of the strongest storms to hit New York in recent history. When it reached Yonkers, this storm created a lot of problems for our community. Strong winds pushed water out of the Hudson River and onto the land in Yonkers, which led to flooding that damaged buildings and made roads unsafe to drive on. Here you can see how close our community is to the Hudson. This means that when the water level rises, it doesn't take long for that water to reach us. In the following video, you can see what Yonkers looked like during Superstorm Sandy.
That's sewage.
That's just top it, Yonkers. You think about putting no
As you can see, the storm surge flooded roads in Yonkers and made traveling dangerous, and its winds, which pushed the water out of the Hudson and into our community, can be seen and heard clearly in the video. Storms as strong as these can cause problems not only for us, but also for the organisms living in the Hudson and its surrounding area. Some of the ways they cause damage are by tearing up shorelines and moving sand around, as well as removing mud at the bottom of the river, or sediment. Strong winds drive storm surges and crashing waves onto land, which damages the places where animals live, also known as their habitats. Floods change salinity, or salt levels in the river, cause higher tides, and redistribute organisms. Here in Yonkers, the water is brackish, which is a mix of fresh and salty water. When a storm surge comes, the winds can push salt water from the ocean up the river. This changes the amount of salt in the Hudson very suddenly. Some organisms living in the river can quickly adjust to this change, while others cannot and may die because of it. Storm surges can erode shorelines and move around sediment because of strong waves and currents. And all of these environmental changes remove Hudson River dwellers such as turtles and blue crabs from their homes and endangers their lives. To demonstrate and better understand the power of a storm surge, we'll be doing an experiment using some household items. For this activity, you'll need the following materials: a small electric fan, a dish, water dyed with food coloring, and a grease pencil. First, you'll want to fill a dish or a small Tupperware container with water and leave some space at the top. Mark the starting water level on the dish with a grease pencil or a small piece of masking tape and position the fan so that it will blow towards the marked end of the container. Now it's time to begin the storm surge. Turn the fan on so that the wind blows across the surface of the water and note the water level by marking it. Then turn off the fan and measure the difference between the first and second mark and record your findings. Now you can repeat steps 5 through 9, but tilt the dish to raise the water level near the first mark and create a high tide. Can you see how the wind makes the water level rise? It may be difficult to see from our small simulation, but on a larger scale, those winds create some pretty big problems. So, how can we protect ourselves from storm surges? There are many ways in which this can be done. One particularly large problem to tackle is climate change. Climate change has been connected to warming temperatures, raising sea levels, more frequent storms, and increased strength of storm surges. Unfortunately, we've already begun to experience storms that have become stronger and more dangerous all over the world. When Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico in 2017, the storm brought an incredible amount of rain that burst dams and caused flooding. Global warming has heated the air and ocean water, and those environmental changes made Maria's rainstorms more powerful. So, what can we do to stop climate change? Here are a handful of helpful tips for fighting this global crisis all on your own. Plant trees or other plants because they naturally absorb carbon dioxide and effectively remove it from the atmosphere, which cleans the air that we breathe. Take public transportation, ride your bike, or walk. Fewer vehicles on the road means less air pollution. Taking the school bus instead of being driven to school each day is an excellent place to start. Reduce water waste. It takes a lot of energy to pump, heat, and treat your water. So take shorter showers and turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. And lastly, speak up. Talk to your friends and family about the changes you've made in your own life and encourage them to join you. The next time you're traveling somewhere close by with friends or family, suggest riding bikes or just walking there. Or maybe host a garden party and pot some plants that you and your loved ones can keep at home. Although these actions may seem small, they can lead to some pretty amazing changes. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'll see you next time.